Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, bit of UAE news updates. I spoke to a couple of journalists and reporters who are kind of based in UAE or who give you UAE news. Okay, and the interesting thing that I found out was, you know, do this. Okay, just do this. Go through the Gulf news, go through the Khalij Times, go through national newspaper, and you'll notice a very strange pattern. All the news that is there is very, so to say, very generic when it comes especially to UAE. Like the only serious news that they'll give is, oh, an accident took place, oh, or something obvious like, oh, there are floods, oh, there are fines going to be issued, or something like that. There is no mention of something like serious which would kind of give you a cautionary tale about, oh, UAE has this problem or that problem. In fact, Gulf News, Khalij Times, and national newspaper, there is no bad news as such. Okay, for example, lately, if you see, the news that was shared was what property prices have jumped up and people are scooping for billions of dollars worth of property and all that. So everything is like nice. Yay, yay, everything is nice. Billions of dollars. Yay, property prices up. But now the question is, so there's nothing negative? Like there is no crimes, there is no bad news. In fact, the only bad news that they'll give you is something really silly. Oh, this building is going to be demolished. Oh, these people are searching for a house. And then they have this useless, absolutely pointless news. This film star got a gold visa. Yeah, gold visa. And then they'll say, oh, this was my dream come true. Oh, the gold visa. Oh, I got a gold visa. It's like a fake orgasm. Oh, a gold visa. Oh, oh. What? Yeah. And then they have, oh, this film actor and actress is taking a holiday on the beach and all that. I mean, where is the news that really matters? Okay. Now, one of the reasons it seems that the journalists are actually scared. They are actually scared to share, and nobody wants to take, nobody wants to put his neck out there. Like, I don't blame them. See, I'll tell you, when I was in UAE, I've been in UAE 40 years before, like, my YouTube channel 11 years old. So if you see the, like, 6 years from today, if you see before, there was never a single negative news about UAE. Nothing negative. Everything was happy, happy. Why? Because I myself was scared because I'm an expat. You can get thrown out. Any local, shokal, anybody puts a case on you or says you're trying to ruin the image or you're speaking against UAE, the rulers or Islam, they can just fabricate something. And then, and you can never fight against a local Emirati, which is the case with every country. So, one is these journalists and reporters, they are worried because they are expats. The second one is there is a team in every newspaper, there is a team appointed by the government, as far as I know, uh, which obviously has a look at the news. They will check everything and make sure that there is nothing that destroys the image or the happy good brand of UAE. And then on top of that, you also have the director, managing editor, or whomsoever. He doesn't want his job to be, he doesn't want to be sacked because he's the main guy. Under him, this was published. That is why that is before COVID, if there was a controversial piece of news and it was published, after some time, the link is broken. Oh, this article is not here. So one is, yeah. So the second one, that is the problem. The third one, which I also found out, is nobody wants to do it. Just nobody wants to do it. They're like, we'll talk about anything and everything else. By the way, one very big update, very, very big update. Gulf News, which was the leading newspaper, and it used to give some of the best stories, best investigative journalists. All those reporters, all those reporters, all those journalists are now terminated. It seems a new management came over, ass kissing, and one guy rose to the ranks and he bought all his chelas and all his people, and they put them in various positions. So all the ass kissers are up there, and it seems people who are not actually journalists. This is as far as I've heard. Okay, like they say, no smoke without fire. It seems the people who are actually putting out articles are not actually journalists. They are not actually reporters. They are just like, for example, what is that guy's name? Arvind Goswami. I will challenge you. You are blah 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 blah. This is this is the nonsense journalistic talent that they have. So obviously, anyway, you can't have shouting and screaming over there, but people will just type out an article like a blog. That is why if you see what are they talking about? Oh, this restaurant. Oh, this recipe. Oh, this place for holiday. It's become a tabloid. It's no longer a newspaper. It's no longer something journalistic. And the sad fact is, almost every news outlet nowadays globally, they are either far right or far left, or they'll support either the government or they'll be an opposition, or if there is like something like a dictator like Venezuela, anyone who opposes, they are wiped out. And then obviously it comes to the Arab Muslim countries where they are doing things to protect themselves. That is why Al Jazeera, they will always speak negative about India and BJP and Modi. There is never a positive news about Modi. Al Jazeera. You can, don't take my word, have a look. Nothing about Modi is good as per Al Jazeera. That investigative journalist, hi, this is some bullshit name that he has, Ben Gisplay, and we are going to speak about the Hindu fundamentalism, and we're going to speak about the Hindu extremism by the leader Narendra Modi. The way he makes it like, whoa, oh, Qatar is perfect. There's no problem with Qatar. They will speak about Qatar because obviously they're sponsored by Qatar. So, every country is now trying to protect its interest. Every country is trying to show news that positions itself in a positive light. However, in democracies like US and all, I don't think that everything's fair and lovely there. Even there, you have extreme left, extreme right, and crazy people, and then in between there are people who are sandwiched. Like, for example, USA. USA also don't. US and Canada, now they have the transgender movement. Oh, the child, they actually are taking children away from their parents because 7-year-old or 8-year-old child wants to go through gender surgery and the father is not allowed because the father thinks this is, so people are gone mad. That is why even certain outlets, you have a look at Daily Mail online, check what Daily Mail, everything shocking. Check CNN, they'll only support one party and speak against another. So overall, what I want to tell you, in UAE, right now, the trend which I've seen is the news is very neutral. The news is very positive. The news is very goody. And you're not going to hear of anything worth listening to, the controversy or the shock, unless, of course, it's very explicit and some other outlet like Bloomberg or Reuters, or they actually pick it up. So I wanted to, make you aware of what is going on. Now, is this a bad thing? No. UAE is doing what UAE needs to do to protect itself. India is doing the same. Pakistan is doing the same. Every country is doing the same. So now the question, what is the solution? The solution is, please check various articles, whether it's Reuters, whether it's CNN, whether it's BBC, whether it's Al Jazeera, whether it's, I don't know what, Hindustan Times or India Today, wherever. Check all the different articles, all the different outlets, whatever the news is. Check, don't have a bias, and then somewhere in between, the middle ground is the truth. Okay, so for me, what I do is I have a few people here and there who tell me, they whisper in my ear, and obviously everything that they whisper I can't share with you, but what I do feel I can whisper or share with you, I'll verify it and then I'll share. Can I be wrong? Yes. But is there a possibility I'm right? You can be rest assured, yes. Okay, having said that, good, bad, ugly, put your thoughts down below. This is me signing off. And yes, if you have anything juicy worth sharing, you know where to get in touch. Bye from loymachedo.com. Signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.